Welcome to Shogun Bros No DECAFF, where passion meets purpose in the world of dogs. We go beyond the surface, covering care, training, breeding, husbandry, showing, genetics, and the history behind the breeds that shape our culture. We're here to inform, inspire, and keep it real. No hype, no shortcuts, and definitely no DECAFF. Join us Monday through Friday at 4:30 Arizona time. No daylight savings, no nonsense, just honest conversations about what it really takes to raise, train, and understand great dogs. This is Shogun Bros No DECAFF. Let's get started. Disclaimer: we do not participate in any illegal activity and will not violate any animal or human rights. All opinions shared on this podcast are the individual thoughts of the speaker and do not reflect the thoughts or opinions of our guest or the host. In other words, your words are your words and your thoughts are your thoughts, not mine. Say it. Stand on it.
Hey,
wake up, goddamn.
Yeah, man, it's early, but it's late. Yes.
Top of the morning, man. You're watching Shogun Bros No DECAFF. And this is Big Pharma killing pets? Is Big Pharma killing pets? What's good, big dog? What's good, big A?
Hey, you can't call it my spot, man. Back in here like we left our wallet and keys. You know what to do. Yes,
sir, man. I want to start off the morning. We're giving a special shout out to my boy Duro Ricio, the young general doing his thing, man. This episode is why we need brothers like Duro Ricio in the game. Duro Ricio Bully Camp, coach, Formula One K9, man. Salute to all y'all boys, man. Y'all stay tuned. In the meantime, man, let me give y'all some basic synopsis for this, man, and we're gonna get into the episode. Why is this episode important? Why does this episode even work for us? Why are we talking about pharma and killing your pets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today we're gonna spark the necessary conversation that many people avoid: the corporate control over animal health. It questions how pharmaceutical companies and veterinary chains and product giants may be prioritizing profit over your pet's well-being. Peeling back the layers of this episode empowers owners and breeders and handlers to ask better questions, learn natural alternatives, and take back the responsibility for their dog's longevity and health. It is a provocative and educational topic rooted in the truth. The perfect balance for a No DECAFF Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, No DECAFF, giving it to you straight throughout the episode. Make sure y'all are in the chat. Make sure y'all are you don't have to click the links, but I'm gonna be dropping the links to where I cite my sources from for today, because I don't want to be spreading propaganda or fear mongering. You can go see it for yourself, and you can get your own interpretation. For the purposes of edutainment, education, and entertainment, I'm gonna be sharing my perspective, my thoughts on it today. We got a clip of somebody else articulating the message, because sometimes I don't say it right. So sometimes I have somebody else say it for me, and speak on that.
Yeah, sometimes you can argue with them and not us.
Mm-hmm. But definitely, man, I just want to make sure that we put this information out there. There's a lot of great topics being covered in the dog world, but I just haven't seen too many people cover this topic, so I wanted to share it with y'all. Before we share anything, though, Big A, did you have any Bushido code or anything like that you want to put out there for today?
Yeah, man, you know what I came here to do. And it is Makato, sincerity. Be real in word and in deed. Sincerity means doing what's best, even when it's not convenient. When it comes to your dog's health, sincerity means truth before trend, care before cost, and action before excuses. If you let the profit dictate health, you'll pay for it with trust and life.
Sorry about that, it was my alarm.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't let it happen again, Dre. Nah, man, but you wanna drop the dog of the week, man?
Yeah. So okay. the dog and pup of the week reigning champ right now is none other than Big C's Cayenne.
Cayenne.
Yeah, man. Fantastic looking animal, man. She was actually showed this past weekend, or weekend before this past one. The No Kidding Classic up in I think it was called Wrightsville, Virginia. And yeah, man, she's been pictured with Going Hard twins. Shout out to Cayenne. Shout out to Cayenne.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's break down the pest industry's financial ecosystem. You know, like the vaccines, meds, preventatives, and you know, the vet upcharges.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Now, okay, so a lot of y'all are probably asking yourselves, like, we know this, we know the prices is going up. Do you know the why? The why is what we're talking about today, y'all. And let's talk about Halloween just passed, okay? Halloween just passed. And let's talk about how your candy sales alone are raising your vet prices at the veterinary clinic. The candy you bought for Halloween is raising prices at the veterinary clinic, and you supported it. We did that. We did. Yeah, I bought candy too, and I'm explaining to you why. Now, what I have for y'all, and I'm gonna give it to about the 10-minute mark before I run this clip, and I'm gonna give y'all the written documentation before I start spilling on it too much. But the vet upcharges are coming from a specific place, and it's corporate America. We're gonna break that down in this episode and explain that to you from our perspective, from what we see. But also, I'm gonna give you the facts that I think that I found on the internet. Right? I'm gonna put the sources in the chat for y'all, so y'all can rip on that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get to it. But other than that, man, it's the upcharges are real. They're gonna persist. They're gonna persist, and they ain't going nowhere. So yeah. But Big A, some of the things you might notice is price of basic vaccines going up. A less specialized service for your animal, like just pretty much pre-made prescription packages for your dog. You might see certain veterinary clinics going out of business to consolidate and make animal hospitals, which we know charge more because they're paying for the equipment that animal hospitals have, like the big machines and stuff like that, CAT scans, MRIs for the pets, all that good stuff. Now, how does this affect us? Well, most of us only go there to get the vaccines we're required to get, microchipping, and even storage of semen. Well, all of those prices are going to go up. All of those prices are going to go up. And I'm here today to explain to you how your Halloween candy purchases are causing it to go up. I have a clip here I'm about to roll for y'all, and put some on your biscuit. Check this out.
A breakdown of how veterinarian clinics are being bought out by the deep state. New World Order, it's not a conspiracy.
Clinics are being bought out by the deep state. New World Order, it's not a conspiracy.
We've been talking about it for 5 years. We saw what happened in the last 5 years. You go into a veterinarian's office for your pet, you come out spending $200-300. Now you come out spending $1,000-1,500. These huge companies are buying over veterinarian clinics. That's not a secret. They never made it a secret. So, and these companies are also buying out private medical clinics in Canada and the United States, again, making it inaccessible for the regular person to see medical doctors. This is not just the responsibility of the deep state companies buying them. It's the veterinarians selling out to them, the veterinarians continuing to work for their own vet clinics while one of these deep state companies owns them. And they're okay with forcing vaccines on your pets, because soon it's going to be you need to show a vaccine passport for your pet to get in a veterinarian clinic. Mark my words, that is coming. Watch this video. I love his breakdown. It is scary out there, people.
Do you have a dog or cat or any pet that you love? Well, I have bad news. Wall Street is coming for your pets, financially at least. Question, have you gotten a crazy vet bill lately? Well, you have Wall Street to thank. We're exposing businesses Wall Street quietly owns, and today it's your vet. And I'm gonna show you just how bad it's gotten. Ever heard of Blue Pearl, Banfield, or BCA? They're all owned by Mars. Yep, the candy company with over $50 billion a year in sales. Mars also owns over 2,000 vet clinics across America. And the second largest vet owner, yet another family-run private equity firm, JAB, which owns NBA. Private equity now controls up to 75% of emergency vet hospitals. You heard that right. And the result? Vet costs are up over 60% in the last decade.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right, so that's just a basic synopsis of what we're covering today. Mars Candy Company is one of the biggest purchasers of private equity firms for the veterinary industry. And we help them purchase more vet clinics every Halloween. So every Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, that you're purchasing candy product from the Mars Candy Company, they are taking it. And I've said this 3 years ago, the pet industry is the fastest growing industry in America. It is the fastest growing industry in America. And what's happening is they're using a different, instead of sanctioning us with laws, they're now going to do it with your pockets. They're going to make it so inaccessible for you to get the veterinary care that you need by raising the prices to where maybe you can have a dog, but you may not be able to afford to have a yard of dogs. So yeah, man, I wanted to put that out there for y'all, man. I want to give y'all that basic information. I have some information that I downloaded and read. I'm going to be reading to y'all as well. And then Big A and I are going to break down and give you our personal experiences and thoughts on that. And of course, I'll be opening up the panel for some of y'all. You may have other experiences. Before I do that, I do want to give some shout outs to those of y'all in the chat, because the chat keeps the show interesting and keeps the show live. Most interactive channel on YouTube and binge-worthy content.
Before we get to that, I'd like to talk about natural alternatives and prevention that we can do ourselves to counter that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what I do know. When it comes to medication, typically all medication, it all comes from a natural source of some form. Penicillin, its main form is from fungus, and it just, so in order to counter a lot of these things, we have to become, how can I say it, scientists, chemists, and our own vets per se, and really do our research and start building our own dewormers, our own vaccinations and whatnot to help prevent that. We're in a community where somebody always fools with somebody. Everybody knows somebody. So we all have our own little groups, our own little, whatever, man. Just somebody in the group purchasing some medical equipment, while somebody else has something else, and creating a community of I guess you could say caretakers on a higher level, because that's what it's breaking down to, especially the ones that have large yards, that's already in the in the know of the majority of stuff, man. It counts, because going to the vet, being subject to it, it can be detrimental to your growth, period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Yeah, man. And those natural remedies, man, it was a good question to ask. We're going to get to that. I want to talk about the problem. I want to get to the problem, though. And then,
what's the problem?
Well, the big pharma, and then I'm gonna come back around. I'm gonna come back around to the solutions, right? Or I ain't gonna say these solutions, but some possible remedies and solutions. Shout out to Dickie Mother Loving Foster. Shout out to Young Fan. Shout out to Schoolcraft, Wes Walker, MKM Bottom, Game Dog History Channel, Lil J.
Lil J.
915 Oscar said natural things to counter lymphomas. And I actually got a website. I'm gonna drop a website in here to help you out with that, man. While we cook. But yeah, man. So here's a website. It's a over-the-counter remedy that you can have to help out with your pet lymphoma. So yeah, man. But okay, I got some information I wanted to read to y'all. Okay. No worries, Oscar. No worries at all. All right. So check it out. All right. The trend of corporate acquisition. Significant investments since 2017 have reportedly invested over $60 billion in the veterinary industry. The market share estimates that anywhere from 25 to 50% of all veterinary practices in the U.S. are now corporate owned in specialty and emergency care. Corporate ownership may be as high as 75%. The key drivers: stable revenue. The industry is considered recession resistant, with a steady growth in pet ownership spreading. There's a fragmented market. The industry historically consisted of many independent practices. Those are veterinarians that own their own practices. And they're now creating opportunities for corporations to roll up and consolidate them. That means take privately owned vet clinics and put them together to form animal conservatories or hospitals. High valuations. Corporations often pay a premium for practices, which provides a lucrative exit strategy for retiring or selling independent practices. So what they're doing is they're buying out privately owned veterinary clinics and getting them to, man, the dogs look good, Big A.
Appreciate it.
Man, they look good, bro. So yeah, what they're doing is they're buying the privately owned veterinary clinics, and then they're setting the price. They're pretty much putting a monopoly on the medicines that our animals are going to be receiving and the way they receive it. And the reason for it is high profit potential. The primary goal of PEFs is to increase the value of businesses through efficiencies and growth, and then sell it for a profit within a few years. Okay, the Texas kid had something he wasn't adding. He said, okay, so I took Candy to the vet after she birthed a dead puppy. A week later, they gave me pills that blow her stomach back up and cause lumps in her stomach. Like knots, I stopped giving it to her. Okay. And see, those are the things I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing that, Texas kid, because I know it's not easy talking about what your dog is going through. At least for me, it's not. So thank you for sharing that, because I got an answer to that, or why they're doing that, by the way, as well. And I'm about to read it in this next portion. So the next thing is a chart that I have. And it's the reported benefits or the pros, and the reported concerns or the cons of the consolidation of private clinics into PEFs. The pros: financial security for owners. It provides an excellent exit strategy for high valuations and retiring vets. That's on the business side. The con: increased prices. The cost of veterinary services has been reportedly surged, with critics arguing corporations leverage market power to maximize profits. The pros for capital gains: access to capital. Corporations can invest in new technology, equipment, and facilities, upgrades that smaller practices cannot afford. The con: pressure to upsell, meet quotas. Veterinarians and corporate practices have reportedly been feeling pressure to generate more revenue and meet quotas for expensive procedures. So they're forcing expensive procedures on you. And I'll give you an example of that. When Saki broke his leg, there was two options: to splint it and let it grow and heal naturally, or to perform a surgery. To splint it cost me over $1,400 over the course of 6 weeks to splint it so that the leg could heal naturally. The surgery would have been $4,000 and would have caused permanent scarring on my dog. My dog is a show dog. All right.
What?
Just as an example. Yep.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? That nigga's tripping.
Yep.
What?
So check this out. One of the pros for big business: administrative relief. Corporate ownership centralizes non-clinical tasks like HR, marketing, and accounting, allowing for clinical staff to focus on medicine. What does that mean? You'll be calling your veterinary clinic and you're going to get, hello, this is so-and-so from my job. You know, you get a lot of those when you call the veterinary clinics now, because rather than hiring staff up front, Americans, to do the work, they're going to outsource it and third-party source it to other countries, and you're going to be dealing with, that BS.
Thank you. Go again.
Yeah, exactly, Big A. Man, that was pretty good. All right. One of the cons to it: staff burnout and turnover, pressure to see more clients. Long hours have been cited potentially contributing to burnout and higher turnover rates. Now, one thing that I have definitely noticed is that in the military, they give us training called MWR, Maintenance Resource Management. It states that when a man works over 12 hours without rest, without proper rest and nutrition, it is the same as being legally drunk. So if you got these vet clinics that are overworked, you want somebody legally drunk performing a surgery on your dog, even if it's something as simple as cutting her open to inseminate her for you. Just a food for thought. Another pro for corporate America: greater standardization can lead to more consistent quality of care and best practices across the network. The con to the consumer: less community involvement. Corporate clinics may not foster the same personal client relationships and local community ties that independent practices do. I.e., you might not have the same vet working on your dog every time. You might get redirected to another clinic because your insurance got rejected. In summary, the acquisition of vet clinics by private companies is a major financial trend driven by a stable and growing pet care market. While it provides practice that owners with attractive exits can bring resources to clinics, it also has raised concerns among pet owners and some veterinarians about rising costs, reduced service quality, and increased pressure on veterinary staff.
Okay.
Man. So, yeah, y'all. I don't see the prices getting any better anytime soon. With us having a capitalistic society, our dogs being exposed to things, forced injunctions from cities like forced microchipping, unnecessary vaccines. Yeah, man, you could be dealing with a lot. Quick said he went for anal gland expression. Do you remember how much that ran you, Quick? Because it's changing, man. I'm putting a poll in there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. RBG was good. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Boy, he big now.
Yeah, getting there, man. Getting there.
But, yeah, man. So back to what Big A was saying, for natural remedies, man. Natural remedies are something that I think that is an imperative that we start to learn and listen to. And brothers have been sharing those things on the internet for years. You know, we know about the pumpkin, we know about the carrots. Pretty much most of the orange foods are good worm preventatives.
Yeah.
Pop-Up says, can't afford it, don't own pets. Well, when they got the pet, and so I agree, but I agree to disagree. If you got the pet and you had done the research at that time, what the market was when you got the pet, and prices in the pet industry skyrocket by 4 or 5 times what they were when you got the pet, you can't predict that, or you could not predict it without having this information. So that's a very brazen statement to make, but I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Like, I'm not here to change your opinion. I'm here to give you some information and let you do with it what you want to do with it. You know, I'm not here to be right. I'm here to get it right. But yeah, man. So Quick says 70 for 70, 20 for the expression, and 50 to adjust to walk through the door.
Man.
So, yeah, man. It's it happens. It happens, man.
Yeah.
And okay, I will address this one too. He said, whose fault is it the pet is in the vet? Well, in most cities, at a minimum, you have to get your pet rabies vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have a Tractor Supply or a local place that does pop-up vets, that's probably one of the cheapest options to get that taken care of. But in both cities that I've lived in, San Antonio and Tucson, it's required that you have your pet rabies vaccine and microchip. And in Tucson, you have to also have your pet registered to the city, which means you have to have those vaccinations before you can register to the city. So it may not be that you are due to negligence; it may be due to your local policies and laws. But yeah, man, you know, it's not always, it's not a blame game. This is a awareness game.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we're not going to be able to stop it. These practices and these vets, they're gonna if they don't sell out, the bigger companies are gonna just run them off the map. They're gonna just run them off the map. So I don't see in the next 10 years there being a lot of privately owned clinics that are sustainable unless we support those clinics. And we know who owns the clinic. Does the veterinarian own the clinic, or does a group of veterinarians own the clinic, or is it owned by corporate America? So just food for thought. Just food for thought on that. Thank you for sharing that too quick, because like that's something that may change. The price of that may go up. He said, yes, sometimes you have to get your dog shots through the vet for them to see your dog. And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna share the link to this actual video in the chat, because in that video it does say that they're talking about you making a pet passport thing where your dog has to have certain vaccinations to even enter the vet clinic. So let's say you were doing everything natural and then you have to go to the vet. There's some care you can't provide. It can get really expensive just to get your dog seen. So I will definitely share that the full video in the chat so that you guys can review it for yourselves and formulate your own opinions. Like, you know, so you don't have to take my word for it on none of this stuff. I'm not the key source on this. I'm just sharing it with you. So what I'm dropping in the chat right now is the link to the Instagram video from which the clip that I played earlier came from. You can check it out. It's something like 2 or 3 minutes long. Like it's not a long thing. I chopped it up and just gave you some highlights from it. But it's there for your reading and edification. Do it at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? Peruse that at your leisure. But like I said, something you can watch or listen to on your way to work, or if you're just chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, like natural wormers, man, you know, the carrots, pumpkin, things of that nature can be used for to help adjust that and to help prevent them. I don't think it's going to stop. I don't think it's going to kill them once they're already in the dog system. So also making sure that you're taking them in clean locations, high communal areas like dog parks, or it's pretty much a no-go unless you plan on vaccinating your dog consistently. Excuse me. Feeding dogs and not giving them Bordetella together, communal dogs, I'd be careful about that. You know, you get the Bordetella or kennel cough shot from your local Tractor Supply as of right now. I can see them starting to pull that stuff off the shelves to force you to have to go to the veterinary clinic to get even basic vaccines. So that's just, I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I don't see it picking up for us anytime soon. And this is a great way for them to control us without even having to use legislation to control us.
Yeah, man.
But Big A, what was your thoughts?
Ain't much, man. What's the deal, man? I'm just chilling, man, soaking up the game. My main thing is being on understanding the game, man, and you know where it's going. Being prepared for the next stage is very important. We talk about these things and then we go on to the next subject, and then we go on to the next subject, and so on and so forth. And then this that we're talking about today will be in your face next year, and then it'll be a problem, you know. So like I say, man, these are things that we really need to be paying attention to, and slowly start working our way into creating our own, or creating a system to where we can funnel, how can I say, the responsibility, or like out of a community, you always need a doctor, a medicine man or something like that, man. And we need more of them on the ground within the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you fall into legalities, right? You fall into legalities. Like in most places, it is unlawful to administer charged veterinary care to a patron without being a licensed veterinarian. So,
but you don't have to charge for information. And
this is true.
If there is a recipe book for how to handle the business, that they can't. There's nothing they can do to stop that. From a natural perspective, man. I don't know. I just think there's always a way. And, yeah. But I definitely understand what you're saying, because the legalities of it to get you in a whole heap of trouble. Yeah.
So for source 2, it's the AAH.org website for the information I was reading to you about the things. The name of the article is under trends, feed practice management. The bolded title is Corporate Consolidation and the Rise of Private Equity. That again is Corporate Consolidation and the Rise of Private Equity.
Yeah.
So for those topics, man, it's just one of those things where I want my brothers and sisters to be abundantly aware of what we're up against. It is not something that is going to go anywhere. There's money involved. Like there's money involved. It's bigger than you and me. It's bigger than opinions. It's got numbers behind it. So that's my spill on that, man. I want to make people aware of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this for some of y'all got in here a little bit later. The numbers are up right now. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all again, man. But today's episode is Big Pharma Killing Pets. I'm gonna run the clip back for y'all because I genuinely want y'all to see what we're up against, man. So check it out. Shreveport Mike, welcome to the building.
Is someone doing the breakdown of how veterinarian clinics are being bought out by the deep state. New World Order, it's not a conspiracy.
Clinics are being bought out by the deep state. New World Order, it's not a conspiracy.
We've been talking about it for 5 years. We saw what happened in the last 5 years. You go into a veterinarian's office for your pet, you come out spending $200-$300. Now you come out spending $1,000, $1,500. These huge companies are buying over veterinarian clinics. That's not a secret. They never made it a secret. So, and these companies are also buying out private medical clinics in Canada and the United States, again, making it inaccessible for the regular person to see medical doctors. This is not just the responsibility of the deep state companies buying them. It's the veterinarians selling out to them, the veterinarians continuing to work for their own vet clinics while one of these deep state companies owns them. And they're okay with forcing vaccines on your pets, because soon it's going to be you need to show a vaccine passport for your pet to get in a veterinarian clinic. Mark my words, that is coming. Watch this video. I love his breakdown. It is scary out there, people.
Do you have a dog or cat or any pet that you love? Well, I have bad news. Wall Street is coming for your pets, financially at least. Question, have you gotten a crazy vet bill lately? Well, you have Wall Street to thank. We're exposing businesses Wall Street quietly owns, and today it's your vet. And I'm gonna show you just how bad it's gotten. Ever heard of Blue Pearl, Banfield, or VCA? They're all owned by Mars. Yep, the candy company with over $50 billion a year in sales. Mars also owns over 2,000 vet clinics across America. And the second largest vet owner? Yet another family-run private equity firm, JAB, which owns NVA. Private equity now controls up to 75% of emergency vet hospitals. You heard that right. And the result? Vet costs are up over 60% in the last decade.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, it's hard to fight something like that, man. He said $56 billion in sales a year. Like they got the bread to fight their fight, man. They got the bread to fight their fight. So natural remedies, man. Like personally, I'm gonna be consolidating the knowledge I already have, and I'll be looking at different ways to do things. If y'all brothers and sisters got things to share that can help out with anybody who's going through it, especially if you've already had the veterinary care for a specific injury, like for Saki when he broke his leg, I was given certain medications. Those medications are prescription only. One was for pain, one was to keep him calm, and one was for inflammation, right? Or like an ibuprofen type of medication. And so understanding natural remedies that can have similar results. They're not going to be as concentrated as Big Pharma can put together and make concentrates. But if you can do these things for your dog, you give them a fighting chance without being able to afford the rising costs in veterinary care. And that's why I think it's extremely important that that as a collective, we come up with newer and better ways to take care of our animals.
Mm-hmm. Big facts. Man.
Yeah. Well, Quick said something that's very, very potent. He said, I think it's because the pet industry is huge and they're trying to get that dollar too. That's true. And the one thing that people will spend money on is family. And a lot of people consider their pets to be family. So with that being said, they know you're going to spend the money. It's almost like when you go to Jiffy Lube to get an oil change and they start telling you all these other things that's wrong with your car. You know what I'm saying? You know, your cabin air filter is bad. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, well, we can go pure. You need to go pure synthetic because you over. You know, you need to go pure synthetic with this because you know pure synthetic is better for your engine over time. You know, at the end of the day, man, like I'm just here to get my oil change so I can continue to drive my vehicle and get back and forth to work, so I can afford to pay for the next oil change. You know, and a lot of pet owners are doing the same thing, man. We're working class citizens. Everybody is not a six-figure industry kind of person. I've already done a thing about that where the average American makes between $40,000 and $60,000 a year. And with inflation going up right now, you're not going to be able to keep up with the cost of inflation and the rise in prices. So this is not a fear mongering. This is just a warning shot of you can start right now today, making it better for your pet, making it better for yourself by living a healthier lifestyle with your animal. Obviously, obese pets are going to have more health issues than fit pets. So exercising your dogs, doing the things we already talked about anyways, are going to benefit you in the long run. Because a healthy dog typically lives a healthier life, right? The foods you're purchasing, making sure you're buying the best quality foods and products you can. That's the first preventative, because prevention beats an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. So I'm gonna stick to my Nemex 2 and my Zymetron Gold and a few other things that I do routinely. But other than that, man, natural remedies, feeding my dog healthy foods, making sure they're getting the zinc and antioxidants from things like spinach. Of course, there are omega fatty acids from sardines, tuna, and salmon. The clean, lean sources of protein with skin, chicken breast, chicken thighs, and even chicken leg quarters. Much leaner than red meat. Maybe some calf liver here and there for high rich nutrient sources. Coconut oil, avocado oil for healthy fats in the oil and lubricating the digestive system. Yogurts and cottage cheeses for healthy probiotic. These are things that I can just rattle off that I naturally give my dogs anyways to help them have the healthiest immune system for preventing some of the diseases that are out there. Also, not engaging with dogs that are not well cared for, preventing the spread of canine-borne illnesses like distemper, babesia, brucellosis, kennel cough is another thing, man. That's why I like that our dogs are not as social as other dogs, because it does help keep them away from some of the BS that other dogs experience just by being in close proximity with untaken care of mongrels. Over to you, Big A.
Yeah, man. Hey. Nah, man. You know, it's just crazy how this stuff is going, man. It's like it's like, damn, it's like they taking everything. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how a group of people who are against people owning animals can try to, you know, invade the system, the medical system, where it's a need. They forcing you to have to, you know what I'm saying? You want this, you're gonna have to pay this high dollar for it. And, you know, most of the vaccinations cost less than $5, literally. You know what I'm saying? And you've watched the price go up consistently, and that's without them having their hands in it. Now they about to get their hands in it and get greedy, and it's like, well, damn, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crappy situation to be in, man. But at the end of the day, we're aware of it, and awareness is the first thing, man. Once you know what you're up against, man, that's when you come up with your battle strategy. Once you know what you're up against, you can come up with your battle strategy. You can see it, you can prepare for it, you make the adjustments you need for your life and your animals. And I think you're gonna see a lot of kennels downsizing as it's forced upon them. I think you're gonna see a lot of more selective choosing of which dogs are kept and put into the gene pool. So on the other side, you know, I could see a rise in quality of pets because simply the ones that are not healthy enough on their own just won't make it a natural culling. I hate that because just because an animal has genetic flaws doesn't mean it cannot be culled in a lawful way, such as spaying or neutering and just removed from the gene pool, but can still be loved by its owner. Because if you love your dog, you love your dog. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it should die just because, you know, you can't afford to care for your animal. Anymore. Let me create that anymore. But yeah, this was a topic that was sent to me by none other than the great Dickie Foster, man. And I really appreciate that. Shout out to Dickie Foster for sharing that Instagram video with me. I shared it in the chat. I'll share it in the chat again before the show is over for those of y'all who got in here a little bit later so that y'all can check it out for yourself. Because once again, man, I don't want to be the end all be all for this information. Like you kind of need it for yourself to make an accurate assessment of how you think it may or may not be effective to you or where it's coming from. So once again, I put it in the chat. This is the link to the Instagram post. Go over there, check it out at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you want to, you can click on it right now. You can just send it to yourself or send it to a friend. But spread the word, raise awareness. I also want to give a special shout out to Duro Riccio Bully Camp. He works within the veterinary industry. He shares a lot of good topics, good tips. You can follow him on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. I want to give a special shout out to Red Leash Kennels. You know, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Red Leash is my guy, man. And we have these conversations quite often. Shout out to my bro Big A, man. Shout out to PBK in the building, PBC in the building.
PBC.
Salute. You know, I like how certain stuff like this right here, he can take it with his bigger platform and blow it up. But yeah, man, it's this information is out there. Like, don't be surprised. It's not a surprise. They're not hiding it. You can literally Google and see on Google that Mars Candy Company owns that, like the number of veterinary clinics that the gentleman and lady in the video we're talking about. We got about 15 minutes left, so I am going to invite guests if a guest wants to come on and speak their piece on it. It is open to you. Just remember, wipe your feet at my front door. Be respectful. If you've never been on the show before, you're gonna have to show your face, not to the public, but before I would put you on camera or allow you to the panel, you have to show your face. I know that you are, you know, because there's some weirdos, there's some real weirdos in the internet arena, and I want to protect the general public as well as my parishioners from the BS.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's open to you. There's no pressure, you know what I'm saying? There's no pressure at all. In the meantime, I do want to do a little humble plug for the Digital Dog Show and say that Saturday morning we got a Digital Dog Show here, and we got some good entries. Some brothers have hit me up about doing some promotions or whatever. Let us know we have promotion packages and things of that nature for you, man. So salute. Paul Johnson was good, big dog.
Hey.
But yeah, we all about pushing the movement forward, keeping the momentum going, and I love it. In the meantime,
Let me get my final notes together for y'all for the show. And I got a song for y'all, man. I got a song for y'all.
Let me send a yo to the chat.
Yeah.
Yo. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
And we'll be back right after these special messages.
Another day, another mile. Out here in wreckage dream about Samurai Kennels, Shogun Army, Digital Dog Show ready. Let's work. Let's work.
Early in the morning, leash in my hand. Me and Machon, 2 soldiers on this land. Miles on the pavement, rain or shine. She moving like a bloodline on the line. Slate meal whirling like the wheel of time. Flirt pole snapping, keep a razor sharp mind. Ain't no shortcut to the crown we chasing. Every drop of sweat is a throne we creating. Built from the bottom, raised through the fight. Michonne moving silence, but her presence ignite. Shogun blood in her veins, battle in her breath. We train for the war, they train for the gram and flex. Built by the miles, forged by the grind. Shogun army rise, we leave the fake behind. Digital Dog Show, real dogs, real pride. Running mile after mile till the spirit collide. Ain't no love in the lazy, no crown for the weak. Only scars on the ones who got dreams to keep. Slight meal sessions, flirt pole wars, conditioned by pressure. We breaking through doors. She don't talk much, but her work loud. She don't need a chain, she command the crowd. From the dirt roads to the digital stage, Michonne earn her respect with every page. No fake pedigrees, no false tales. Only real warriors with real trails. This Shogun life ain't built for show. It's built in the mornings when the real ones go. Built by the miles, forged by the grind. Shogun army rise, we leave the fake behind. Digital Dog Show, real dogs, real pride. Running mile after mile till the spirit collide.
Bigger than ribbons, it's bigger than trophies. It's about legacy.
Samurai Kennels, Shogun Army. We built by the miles.
Bigger than ribbons, it's bigger than trophies. It's about legacy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So some of the key takeaways from the day, y'all. Some of the key takeaways and the things I really want y'all to take home today. Market concentration is the largest players, particularly Mars, NVA, which is November Victor Alpha, and the top backup groups control the massive share of revenue in the veterinary market. Specialty, emergency, and dominance. Consolidation is particularly high, especially in emergency sectors, where corporate ownership controls an estimated 75% of the market value. The roll-up model. Firms use roll-up strategy, acquiring numerous small practices, merging them into one large platform to achieve economic success and scale of the industry. Increase profitability by selling the entire platform for a major return. And so basically buy all the little vets, force them to work together, and up the prices on y'all. That's what's going on right now. And that was the purpose of sharing how Big Pharma is killing the pet industry, or killing the pets. Simply by making the pet prices so high that the average consumer is not going to be able to afford the care that they were used to being able to afford with their same salary. So I put that on y'all's biscuit this morning, man. Think on it. Come up with game plans and strategize with your peoples. And more than anything, man, take care of your dogs.
Man. Yup. What he said. You know what I'm saying?
But Big A, you had any closing remarks on the topic? Because we got about 10 minutes left, man. And I got some other stuff I wanted to bring up. It's not really dog related. It's just a cool down topic. Just some cool down topics to take us out of here.
Nothing really, man, other than this is the, I guess, this is the real start of the topic, focusing on this topic, man. You need to take heed and start paying attention to these things right here, because it's going to affect you directly in a minute.
Facts. So as a follow-up, and these topics build on each other. So yesterday we talked about the history of the domesticated dog. And of course, Monday we're going to talk about the history of the war dog, moving into BCE times. That'll be Monday's topic of next week. But Tuesday's topic is going to be the natural remedy cookbook. So bringing natural remedies, things that are scientifically and anecdotally proven to help prevent these issues in the dogs. We'll cook up on that. I do my research. I have some numbers and some stuff to read to y'all.
What did you say it was?
I'll text you the topics, whatever. I'll text you the topics.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So these topics are going to build upon each other. I don't want to just hit it one time and let it go. But I don't want to beat a dead horse. Give you a week to think on it and come up with strategies, plans, and other things of that nature. Tomorrow morning we have a special guest coming on. It's going to be I think YouTube has it set where I can do members only chat. You'll be able to watch it, but only the members will be able to comment and ask questions tomorrow morning, because I have a special guest, and I think my special guest deserves that special knowing that the members and the people who are genuinely bought into the program are the ones who get to ask the questions. So that's surprise special guest. Got some videos, got a background bio on him and everything. We'll be interviewing him. For my members only chat, if you're a member, you're not part of the members only chat, you can hit us up on Instagram or Facebook so I can get you added to the chat. And just a good time tomorrow. Thursday, we'll be breaking down In Living Colors. We're breaking down the color chart for dogs, talking about a little bit of show dog stuff, how to properly identify your dog for the shows, get you set up for competing in their effective classes. There's a lot of people who misidentify dogs and they lose classes, not because they don't have the best dog, but because they misclassify the dog and it does not meet the criteria for what's being judged at that time or in that specific class. And then Friday, as y'all know, Friday is Dog of the Week. It's open mic Friday, so it's Feedback Friday, Dog of the Week voting. Get your entries in between now and Thursday night. And Friday morning is competition day, and then Saturday is Digital Dog Competition Day as well. All of these contests are free to enter until January 1st. After that, I'll give you more details as we get closer to that time frame. Vote on your favorite channels. Solicit your favorite channels. Drop your favorite channels so I can get them added to the list so we can vote on the channel of the year. This is the last quarter of the year. It's extremely important that you guys have input, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Dre or Big A or the Shogun Army thinks. What matters is giving the flowers to those people who y'all already support anyways. And that's all it is, man. That's all it is. It's not a dick swinging contest. It's simply a contest to let the great creators that y'all already support know that you support them publicly. And you don't even have to do it. It's all anonymous. You do it. It's all done through voting. So yeah, Big C was good, big dog.
Yeah, man.
Okay, and on the poll, so I forgot I even had the poll up. Okay, so on the poll, we have after 31 minutes and 19 votes, it says, have you seen more expensive vet care? 74% say yes. 26% say no. I would be, on Tuesday of next week when we follow up on this, I would be curious to see, for those that said no, what areas of the country you live in, because it could be that the veterinary clinics in your area are standing strong, they're standing firm, and it may be worth visiting those vet clinics to keep them in business, to make sure they're able to compete against Big Pharma. So thank you for both of y'all who said yes and said no. It just gives us a overarching perspective of who and what is being involved and who's seeing those price changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Big A, we got like 5 minutes left, man. So you brought up something yesterday, man, that these young kids are saying, man, and that was 6-7. You know what I'm saying? So you brought it up, and then by lunch, one of my other coworkers brought it up that his kids was saying it. And then last night when I got home, I asked my wife about it, and she showed me something that I was unaware of. If you look at the periodic table,
it say, I know what it say.
Yep. 67 on the periodic table is a word for a female for a garden tool. Yeah. So like it just, as far as the lingo goes nowadays, man, I can't keep up with it no more, man. But these kids are sharper than we give them credit for, man. They find new ways to communicate and say things to each other, man. So while you're protecting your dogs and you make sure they're healthy, make sure your kids have a healthy social life. And it is okay to be an invasive parent. Like, you know what I'm saying? My kids ain't locking nothing in my house. Not no doors, not no phones, nothing. You know, so yeah, man, it's
hey, they lock the door, go to school, come back to the door, gonna be off the hinges.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, like that's a no-go, man. Like the same way I want to protect my animals, I want to protect my children, and part of protecting them is knowing what they're ingesting into their minds. Same thing like with your dogs, man. Knowing what your dogs are ingesting into their bodies, to their what they're being exposed to. It's very important, man. Like I'm not just here to build better dogs, man. We're here to build better people, to build better animals, and build better animals to build better people, man. That's always been the goal. That's always been the mission. It's not purely positive. It's good. You know what I'm saying? It's not nice. It's good. And sometimes what's good for you ain't good to you. You know. But that's what we doing, man. We giving y'all the best of us, the best that we have of ourselves. And I fall short all the time, but even when I fall short, man, I get back up and keep scratching. That's what I expect you to do too, especially those of y'all who claim to be Shogun Army, man. Get back up and keep scratching. We're not gonna stop the enemy by quitting. You're not gonna make a point by giving up. But you can definitely make a change by changing the little things you do from day to day in your lifestyle.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Big A, we got about 2 minutes left, man. Shout out to Brother Crockett in the building. Shout out to Shreveport Mike in the building. 318 stand up. Big A, you got any parting remarks, man, before we get up out of here?
No, man. Just send it another yo to the chat, and then we out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Y'all know how we do at the end of the show. We like to end with a benediction, man. Something to send peace and blessings to those that support us, man. And even those who don't support us, but you here, man, I want you to get the blessings too. I hope it blesses your heart to understand that what we do is not an offensive gesture. It's simply to put out information and to get feedback. You know, it's a way of mass communication. And they say where a few are gathered in his name, there he will be. So that being said, please bow your heads with me in agreement. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen. Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Socket brought the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Socket from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second was the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.